Hello everybody, it's Melanie from Hometown Paints and I am so excited to paint with you guys today. I decided that since I had so many reactions to this fun little black spooky little face painting that I would show you guys how to paint it today. I was in the car with my son taking him to school this morning and Thriller came on the radio. And I don't know what happened, but I just suddenly became really excited about Halloween. So here we go. This is pretty easy, y'all. I'm painting on an 8x8 canvas. You don't have to use 8x8, but that's what I'm painting on. It's only 4 colors. So I have used, oh God, it's the purple that I can't pronounce. Hold on. Let me see if I can get it up there. It's not clear. It starts with a D. Dioxine purple. I don't know how to say it, but it's a dark purple, so it doesn't really matter what purple you have. It's just a dark purple. And then I have 2 different shades of orange. Right now I have Spiced Pumpkin from Deco Art and I have Burnt Orange from Deco Art, and then just a white. So it's pretty easy. I'm going to use this big brush. I don't know, I think it's an inch brush first. And I'm just going to kind of throw this purple on there. I'm not even going to worry about what it looks like. We're just going to throw it down. So if you're hanging out with me today, say hello. Tell me what you're up to today. Tell me if you're excited about Halloween. My boys are 15 and 13. So right now, they're just way too cool for fun stuff. So they don't want to go. And my 15-year-old is like 6 foot tall. So he looks, he's obvious. He's not a grown man in my opinion, but he looks like a fully grown man. He's very tall. So they haven't trick-or-treated in a couple of years, I guess. I can't remember the last time they did. It was pre-pandemic, but I don't know. They're like, no, we don't want to. And my kids are like weirdos. They don't even really like candy. It's so weird. I don't know how that happened, but because I love candy, as you can probably tell. But we have candy sitting on the table from last Easter. So yeah, they don't even really eat candy. So they were like, no trick-or-treating for me. But I was like, what do you want to do? So they decided that it would be fun to get the family together and like have a bonfire at my parents' house because, that's what big kids do, I guess. So I'm thankful that they still want to like hang around with us. But no trick-or-treat for us. So I guess that's why I hadn't really been like in the mood. And then I heard that song this morning and I was like, ooh, I feel like I need to dress up and get a costume and get excited because it's this weekend. And oh my gosh, blah, blah, blah. All right. So all I've done so far is just use that dark purple and just painted the whole thing. And what I'm going to do now is dry it. Isn't that exciting? This is called a heated craft tool. One of my awesome friends that does what I do, she paints live and, does paint parties and all that good stuff. But she lives far, far away. Not really. She lives in Virginia. And I live in Tennessee, and we've never met in real life. So it's like a online relationship. Just kidding. That sounded weird. Anyways, she was like, hey, these are really cool. And you can actually hear yourself think and talk over it, and it dries really fast. So I got it on Amazon. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it on my website and put a link on there. So if you guys want to get you one, you can, because I can't say enough good words about it. It's pretty stinking cool. You know what I forgot? Black. Luckily, I have on my paint right here. It's still early, y'all. All right, so you're going to also need black to paint a black pumpkin. How crazy is that? And of course, mine's empty. So you find one that's not empty. here's a brand new one, but I gotta get the plastic off of it. So, how are y'all doing this morning? I hope you're doing good. It's rainy here in Tennessee. I just watched somebody paint in Michigan, and she said it was rainy there too. So, I think it's just like that everywhere. If you're somewhere and it's not raining, I'm gonna need you to tell me all about it. All right. So I got my black for my black painting, or my black pumpkin. So let's do that next. All right, so I just used like a 1-inch brush just to cover my canvas, and it doesn't matter like what size brush, really doesn't matter at all. Now I'm gonna use an angled brush. And an angled brush is just like a flat brush, except it has an angled tip. Let me see if I can get that on camera. Not a big deal. Okay, so actually, I'm going to show y'all where I got the idea for this. This is a pumpkin that is for sale at Walmart. Like a plastic pumpkin. I was trying to get an idea to paint one, and I was like, I'm just going to paint that one. This is for sale at Walmart. So if you want a real 3D one, you can get it at Walmart. But I just looked at that picture, and I was like, I'm going to try to paint that. All right, so I'm going to use my angle brush. And the way that I start pumpkins, and people do these different ways, but this is the easy way, in my opinion. You just make 2 letter C's. One is the right way and one is backwards. And that's pretty much the gist of it. Like, I made that side higher, so I'm going to go back and make that side kind of equal. And once you get that in there, you just fill it in with the same kind of paint strokes, like in that curved way, in that C. You know, whichever side of the pumpkin you're on, you fill it in with the same curve as whatever is on that side. Hopefully that makes sense. I've taught pumpkins 400 times and that never comes out right. But this is really not super hard. Like, if you've got some kiddos that want to paint, I think maybe you could draw this on a canvas for them, or draw this on a paper for them, and it would really help them if they're small. If they're a little bit older, good luck getting them to paint. But if they're a little bit older and they can follow directions, just save this video and they can do it. Okay, it's filled in. It's all black. I'm going to put a stem up there. And everything's black right now, right? So my paint's still pretty wet, so I'm not going to wash this brush out. I'm just going to, hey, Elizabeth, I just saw your comment. How are you doing? I'm going to grab some of this white paint and just make little curved marks coming from the center and the top of the pumpkin, okay? I've been doing this Painted Pumpkin Palooza for one of my painting groups that I'm in, and I had somebody say, why are you still painting pumpkins? You need to stop. And I was like, no, I'm going to finish this. It finishes tomorrow, so I have a giant pile of pumpkins. You missed what color purple? Of course you would say that because I can't pronounce it. It's such as a D. Dioxazine purple. I don't know. It's just deco art. It's not like anything super special. Okay, so this part, like, you've got that white. Now you decide if it was too white. If it's too white, just grab some more black. You decide if you need more white. It's like, I don't know. It's just, this is whatever you think, right? This is just giving it some like dimension. It's just, it won't be as flat if you do this. And it's good to do when your black paint is still wet, so it kind of mixes and it doesn't give you just a real stark color. And that's basically it. If you can do that, you can paint any pumpkin, y'all. I'm gonna put some lines up here. I don't know what I'm doing, but that works for now. All right, I'm gonna put that brush in the water. I'm gonna use this fun little tool again that I'm gonna put on my website. So if you guys want this tool, it'll be on my website right after this. I have just been using a hairdryer for 2 years, but the hairdryer is loud and it doesn't always like dry really quickly. This is like a mix between a hairdryer and a heat gun, because I also have a heat gun that I absolutely hate. I don't even know where it's at. Like I bought it a while ago and it's the worst. So this is my new favorite thing. Oh good, I'm glad you know glad you know what it is, because I can't pronounce it. And I'm glad you can't pronounce it either. It makes me feel like I'm not a big dum-dum. And one day I'm going to have a haircut that I like, y'all, but today's not that day. So just ignore what's happening on my head. Okay, I'm going to take let me get dried off. A little brush that is called a liner brush. That is well, I'm glad I entertained somebody, Elizabeth. I'm in a good mood because I just suddenly got in the Halloween spirit when I was listening to Thriller. I'm gonna tell you what else has put me in a good mood in just a minute. But I was cracking up all last night. I don't know how productive I'm being, but I was cracking up. Good morning, Tammy. I am glad you're here. All right, let me do this, and then I'm going to talk about what was making me crack up. Okay, so I'm using this liner brush, and I'm just going to hold it almost like a pencil, all right? So, and it's just, they hold water. I'm about to drip water everywhere. Okay. So I'm going to get the lighter of the orange, and I want this to be sort of in a point, so you can kind of roll your brush, and it'll bring it to a point. And I'm just going to draw these eyes and face on with the paint. So again, if you are doing this with like a little kiddo, and which they can totally do this, you might want to draw it on the canvas form with like just a pencil, or if you're doing it on paper, draw it with a pencil, just a normal pencil. Okay, so eyeballs. These eyeballs or eye sockets, whatever. It's kind of rounded on the side, and then there's a straight line, and then it's kind of rounded like there. So that eyeball's on this side of the pumpkin. I'm going to go to this side of the pumpkin and put another one, and it's going to have to be, I'm trying to make it equal. Well, that's probably not the right word. I'm trying to make it in the same spot. Whatever. Hopefully y'all know what I'm trying to say. It's early in Tennessee. All right, and that might be wider. It's a little wider. But you know what? It's not a big deal because it's just paint. So I can go here and make this one wider. Or I could have dried it and then painted black over the top of it. And then the nose is just a little triangle that's in between there. Just a little triangle. And the mouth comes all the way up here. It starts all the way up here by the bottom of the eye. And you're going to curve around kind of with the shape of the pumpkin. And then I'm going to go ahead and go to this side. I'm going to kind of line this up and kind of start in the same vicinity and make it curved that way. And it's okay if your line is thick, because we're going to go back and paint it all in. That kind of looks like the Joker. That's what makes it creepy. Yes. I'm not even into like creepy stuff. Like I made a post a minute ago. Would you spend the night in a haunted house? And I'm like, no. I made that post, but no. All right, so then you're just gonna make some like zigzags, right? No big deal, just some zigzags and connect those lines. And then I'm gonna come down and do the same thing. Just mirror the zigzags. And it doesn't have to be perfect because it's a pumpkin and it's okay if it's a creepy pumpkin and it's okay if it's not perfect. All right, so now I'm just going to go back and fill that in with the orange, that just the same color orange. We still have a darker orange yet, or we still have a darker orange that we have not used yet. But we're just going to fill this in right now. So while I'm filling this in, I'm just going to tell y'all why Tammy loves creepy. So you would spend the night in a haunted house, Tammy? I can handle a little bit of creepy. And so I'm probably, when my husband gets home tonight, I'm probably going to be like, let's find a scary movie. And I'll be terrified to turn the lights out, until next January. But I just want to, it's Halloween. So I'm like, ooh, I need to do something creepy. I'll tell you why I've been in such a good mood. And I've become slightly addicted. Facebook has introduced Reels. And if y'all have not realized this, a Reel is like a TikTok. And I know that people have their opinions about TikToks and whatever. And I have my opinions about them too. But there's a difference between You're right. And I might not know the difference, but you're right. Because it's all kind of scary to me. But a Reel is just like a short little video, basically. A lot of times it's set to music or like it's funny or whatever. So I have a TikTok account and I've had it for a little while because, when you have a business, you're supposed to just be on all the things and like promote your business in every way. Did you see my paper? I need to go back and look at it because for like the past 2 days, I have totally become obsessed because Facebook was like, hey, you need to make reels. It's really going to help your business if you make reels and people are watching them. And I was like, okay, challenge accepted, Facebook. So I'm supposed to be working out and like doing all this stuff. And so I have been making reels and listening to all that music. Like I've been trying to find music that fits my my painting or whatever's happening. And so what I end up doing is just watching them over and over and dancing around the living room. Anybody else do that? Is it just me? My boys are so old that they just sit in their rooms most of the time, and my husband's at work. Nobody's there. I just shut the blind, and then I can dance around the living room, and nobody knows. And I'm really trying to psych myself up to do one of those dancing ones, like a TikTok dance. Because I used to dance, but I'm 43, so maybe I need to not do that. I did one where I was like lip syncing because I'm out here in my studio, and yesterday I was about to pack up and it just started raining like crazy, and I thought, I'm gonna make another reel. So I was looking on TikTok to like come up with ideas, and I got brave and decided to lip sync to some music. And I sent it to my husband. He said, that is not for the world to see. That is just for us. I said, you act like I was doing something terrible. Sorry I embarrassed you. I'm a little more crazy than he is in certain aspects. I think because Tammy, sorry, kidding. What? I don't know. I think because I was a dancer, like when I was little, that's what I did. Took dance classes my whole life. I'm going to go back and put another layer of this orange on there so it will not be so transparent. But I don't know. I always took dance lessons on the dance team, blah, 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 blah. So I guess I'm just used to like doing that, and it's not embarrassing to me. But he did not do that. So he's like, well, you stop. We could be out to eat at a restaurant and a good song comes on and I'll just start dancing in the booth. And he'll be like, no. So, long story short, if you haven't watched my reels, some good ones are about to come, y'all. I'm trying to psych myself up to do a TikTok dance, and maybe I can get other people involved, and maybe we can do a Halloween one. Tammy said, "Don't stop. I love it." Good. I'm so glad. I'm gonna tell him you said that. I'm gonna say, well, everybody loves it. You don't tell me what to do. I don't know. It's been fun whether anybody else cares about it or not. I've had a good time. I like listening to all that old music, and I don't know. I like to dance, even though I did not become a dance teacher, which was my childhood dream. I became an art teacher. But I still love music and I still love to dance. So this TikTok reel thing, y'all, is super fun. And if you, I probably shouldn't say that, but if you watch our creators' reels, like people like me and other people who are trying to do this, who have a business, it really does help grow their business. And that seems crazy. Like, I never would have thought that. I didn't know anything about this, like, until probably a year ago. Like, you don't know what you don't know. And just watch it. Just let it run. And it really, really, like, helps. That it draws people to your page, and I don't know, whatever. Y'all don't care about that. But they're fun. They're fun to make, and they're fun to listen to and watch. So my goal today, I have to get some stuff uploaded to Etsy. I have to do that. Have to. That's not fun at all. There's no music involved. But I'm going to make myself do that. And then I'm going to paint some more stuff so I can make some more reels and find some more music and dance around the living room some more. Okay, so I want to get this live in so I can teach y'all how to paint this fun pumpkin. All right, I'm going to stop talking about silly stuff and tell y'all the next part. I'll wash my brush out, and I'm going to go into the darker orange. That's a burnt orange, I think. And this is the part, God, that might be a little difficult for you. I'm out of the frame, but it's really not. Okay, so it helps. Okay, I'm holding it like a pencil, and I'm putting my pinky down on the canvas. My canvas is dry, so it doesn't even matter if I do that. I'm going to start at this point at the corner right there, and then I'm going to start at this corner right here. And you're going to connect that line, and it's going to be a little bit curved, but it's kind of fat, right? Like, it's kind of wide. And now on this side, I'm just going to make a straight line. It's a skinny line. And at the bottom, I'm just going to follow the bottom and make a straight line. And then I'm going to go back to this chunky part and fill it all in with the dark orange. And what's happening is it makes it look like, once I get it all filled in, it's going to sort of look like when you cut a pumpkin, there's like that the wall of the pumpkin, there's like depth right there. That's what you're painting in, is that depth right there. So make a dot up here, make a dot down here. And I'm just making dots at the points, like at the corners. And then you're just going to draw. It's kind of curved. You can curve it a little bit. Draw a line. And then you're going to fill that in. So I hope that made sense. If you have any questions, let me know. Or save this video. It's on YouTube as well. Have a YouTube page. Have all the things, y'all. And you can save it. I think you can save it on Facebook. I know if you like share it to your page, you can save it for sure. All right, so then I outlined each corner. All right, so for the little middle part, the nose, I'm just going to outline it. And if you're using an angled brush and you want to keep a skinny line and just use the point, you're just going to barely touch the canvas, okay? You're not going to like really push that brush down all the way. You can save it to Facebook too. Thank you, Elizabeth. You're the best. But what I was saying, like, if you take this brush, and I'm not going to do it, but if you push it all the way down to the canvas, it's going to spread those bristles out and it's going to make a really wide line. Now, if you're trying to do that, then it's fine. But if you're not, then you want to like just barely touch it and keep the point, just the point touching. Okay, so back down here to this big mouth. That's the hardest part. And I'm looking now and I can see that I made this mouth a little different, but that's okay. You're going to start at this corner and kind of cut it in half. And then stop right there at that point. And I want you to bring that line down so you don't just lose what's happening right here. All right, now you're about halfway in between, like the top and the bottom, and you're going to draw a line up and stop, and then draw a line down to that point. And now you're going to do the same thing. We're about halfway in the middle. We're drawing a line. I'm drawing a line like right at that point. I don't know how to explain it in another way. You're just going to keep doing that all the way up. And then start at that point and bring that down. Okay. All of your details are not being shown. I'm sorry, Tammy. I am trying to get a better camera. Right now I'm just using my phone. And I think it's hard to see because these two oranges are so close together. And hopefully, if you save it and go back and watch it, maybe you can like blow it up and make it bigger. I'm working on getting a different camera so I don't have to use my phone, but one step at a time. It's my internet. The camera's frozen. Someone told me that it's not always the presenter's internet. Sometimes it's the viewer's internet. But I don't know. Everything looks like it's going to me, so I will check on that. Although it is raining here, so it's very possible. I can't control the rain. Can't control the weather. So hopefully just refresh, I think, and it'll help. All right, so to me, this one still looks a little transparent and I don't like it. So I'm going to add some of that orange, that lighter orange, just to fill in. And we're almost done. I'm going to use a palette knife and add a few more details. And then it's about done. Going back over what I already did just to darken it up a little bit. Okay, see if that helps, Sammy. I hope it does. My internet should be working because there's only one kid at home right now. Normally at night, the whole family's like using it, but it could be the weather. I don't know. Looks like everything's working, so hopefully, yay, it's working. Okay. What did I do next? I think I decided that the face still needed like something. So I took my angle brush and got some black, and then I just went around everything. Just solid black. It just like helps with your edges a little bit. Like if you had a wobbly hand or the brush just looked a little weird when you painted with it, if you put black around it, it's going to clean it up a little bit. And I don't know, I think it makes him look a little weird, a little creepier. I got to turn this because I can't get to it. So if you don't want to use a paintbrush to do this outline, if you have a paint pen, you could use a paint pen and do the same exact thing. But if you do that, you want to make sure that your paint is very dry, or else your paint pen just isn't going to work very well. It's going to mess your pen up. When I do stuff like this that's detailed, I always lay my pinky down to steady my hand. It really helps. Okay. So he's almost there. And we just need a few things. All right, I'm going to take white and just add in some highlight. And I'm going to be careful because I don't want to like mix with any of that wet paint. And you kind of decide if you want this or not. Don't have to have it, but it kind of, I don't know, I like it. I'm going to put a little bit on the stem so we can tell. Whoa, that was a lot. I might have to go over that. Then I'm going to put a little in the eyes and a little smidge in the nose and a little bit in the creepy mouth. Just a little bit. All right, so that's pretty much done. But the next thing I did, because this is one of my favorite things to do because I love a palette knife. You can use a palette knife. They have plastic palette knives. You can use like a plastic debit, probably not your debit card, a plastic gift card or something like that. Just something that has a hard, I don't know, surface. I'm going to use black paint, and I just got some black paint on the back of my palette knife. I'm going to hold my palette knife loosely, and I'm just going to like rub around on the edges of my canvas and somewhat in the middle or into the purple. It makes it look old almost, like an old vintage photograph, maybe. That's pretty much it. I hope that you will try to paint this, or, at least save it and paint it later. If you need something to do on Halloween, here you go. Let me talk about a couple more things. Already talked about Reels. That's what I'm going to do for the rest of the day after I upload some stuff to Etsy. I am going to open up my membership soon, but before I do that, I'm going to have an online paint party. I've gotten a lot of new followers lately, and they're not all from Tennessee, which is awesome. I'm so excited about that. And I'm doing a few different online collaborations, but I'm also just going to do an online paint party. And it's going to be 2 nights, and I just opened it up yesterday. It's called the Country Holiday Online Paint Party, I think. But I'm going to teach you how to make one of those barn quilts. I taught that in person here in Tennessee, and then I had several people reach out to me and say, will you please teach that online? So I'm gonna. It's $15, and you get all the templates, and I say colors for that one, but you honestly can pick whatever colors you want, but I will give you the template so you can print that template out, and I will show you how to trace that pattern on a piece of wood or a canvas or whatever. But I'll paint along with you online. You'll be in a private group, all that good stuff. And the other thing we're going to do, and this one's actually really small, but I'm going to do it bigger, is teach you how to paint this, because I also had people saying they wanted to learn how to paint this. This is just a little wooden door hanger, that vintage Santa, and I'm going to get a bigger round and make a bigger one as an example. But you'll get the tracer for this, and I'll teach that one night, and then you'll get the tracer for the really cool looking barn quilt back there, and I'll teach that the other night. So that's coming up. It's in November. It's like the 15th, maybe. I don't know. I should have my calendar in here. But want you to be aware of that. I'd love for you to join. It's going to be fun. And I don't know. I think there was I know we're jumping from Halloween to Christmas right here, but that's about to happen, y'all. So I'm trying to enjoy this Halloween stuff for the next few days. But this is coming up. So join me. The other thing that's coming up is the other barn quilt. I'm teaching that one in a online collaboration group. It's called the Merrymakers, and I keep posting about it. I hope you join that. That's me and some of my friends from around the country, and it should be pretty fun. It's going to be all Christmassy stuff, so you can get ready for Christmas, maybe make some gifts instead of buying them all. Wouldn't that be fun? And I think that's it. I think that's all I have to talk to you about. All right. I hope that y'all had fun with this. I don't know if I should mention this or not. I thought about teaching this. I taught this in my membership, but I was going to make kits, and I just didn't make it happen, probably because I was making too many TikToks. But would y'all want to learn this? Should I maybe teach it tomorrow or Sunday morning or something? I don't know. Let me know. I'm considering it. I want to give you lots of Halloween fun because I'm excited about it now that I listen to Thriller. All right, y'all. I'm going to get off here and get to work. Thank you for joining me. Thanks for hanging out with me. Please save this or share this so that you can paint it later. And then if you do, show me the pictures, y'all. Send them to me. Post them on the page. I can't wait to see what y'all paint. And should be pretty fun. Y'all have an awesome day, and I will see y'all soon. Bye, y'all.